Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky versus Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 470.
Sexiest podcast on the network. No cool sound drop for 470, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doesn't ring like the last episode did.
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not at all. I can't remember. It's too far gone. Never mind. I'm not even going to bring it up
All
anymore.
right.
How's it going, Brian?
Now everybody's like, what was he going to say?
All right, fine. Remember when we did episode 419?
Nope.
Did we do anything Toledo-based?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It was
that
the
is our
419.
area code and all that?
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait till we get to 619, then we can play Rey Mysterio's theme song. The Booyaka,
Sick.
Booyaka, 619. Eesh.
I mean, maybe we can get Rey Mysterio on.
Sure. He's still wrestling, so.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's got to be like 83.
Something like that, yeah. His son is actually like showing up on WWE TV now. So.
Well, yeah, he's concerned about his father. He's trying to find him.
Well, that is the storyline actually.
That's hilarious.
A little bit, because they did what was one of the worst like gimmick things I've seen, which was him and Seth Rollins had a match called an eye for an eye match, and the way you had to win was to pop the other guy's eye out of the socket.
What?
And they did it with you just see Ray at one point kind of like you can tell he's kind of handed something or has it on him or something like that, and then holds his hand by his eye basically, and it's
I thought
pretty awful.
I thought the goofy ass like violent gimmicks were done.
No, they there's stuff they still don't do much. Like they still don't do blood very often,
But they're talking about popping a dude's eye out of his face.
Yeah, totally.
That doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, and the way it works is Ray's contract was up, so Ray did the favors, and now they're trying to get him re-signed because of course with AEW coming up, they're like. Who doesn't want Rey Mysterio? Even though he's like 100, he's still a draw, so.
Right.
And he can still go. Like, dude still is crazy good in the ring. I don't know how after all the ways he's been thrown around and, by bigger guys. Well, pretty much everyone's bigger than him, but,
Yeah, true.
Because he's like, 5'3" or something like that and like a buck and a half.
Maybe Rey Mysterio is like the menudo of the wrestling world. Once the kids get too old, they're out of the band.
Oh,
a new kid.
I thought you meant like the food. Okay.
No, oh geez, no.
I was gonna say, come on now, don't sully his name that way.
you mean honeycomb soup, as Logan called it when he was like 6 or whatever?
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's the move.
Yeah. But yeah.
Therefore, Rey Mysterio lives forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's funny, his kid's way bigger than he is, and
everybody is.
I know, but it's just funny though. Like you see the kid and him standing there, and the kid's like, Dad, and he's like looking down 1.5 feet. I don't know how tall his kid actually is, but standing next to Ray looks like he's 8 foot tall.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because everybody does. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. But what are you gonna do?
I gotta find out how old he is now.
He's in his 40s. I just don't know where in his 40s. Probably mid to late, but like I said, he can still go.
It's 45 years old.
Yeah, Jericho's somewhere near there too, and he's still wrestling. So there's a difference, though. You can see a marked slowdown in Jericho, and Mysterio still, like when he fires up, man, he still like flies all over the place. So
I assume it's because of the sick ass diet of tacos. I didn't have tacos last week really, and I feel like off my game.
Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. And you know why now? Yeah, your taco intake was low.
Yeah, exactly. My taco intake was low.
As a doctor, my prescription to you would be to have more tacos.
Dude. All right. So hear me out.
Uh-huh.
We buy an ambulance. Okay?
Yeah.
And we make it into a food truck. We call it Dr. Taco.
Dude, you didn't even say the name, and the first name that popped in my head was Dr. Taco. So, yeah.
Right?
We're right on board on this one.
All right. And we prescribe people tacos.
I'm just picturing, like, we're out at an event or something like that. You got 2 people, and you got, like, a stretcher, and you're like, hop on, and we'll take you to take you to tacos.
How funny would that be to have people just run around an event with a stretcher?
Yeah.
One trip to Dr. Taco coming up.
This man needs tacos, stat.
Oh, see, I'm seeing it now. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it all.
I like that.
Because you can have all the seasonings and prescription bottles of shaker tops.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you. Shit writes itself.
I like it. Yeah.
Dr. Taco.
And
Someone's going to steal this.
Yeah. Probably already exists, actually. I'm sure
They probably
somebody out there is Dr. Taco.
Yeah, you're probably right.
If there's any real fun in the world, there'll actually be a person that's a real doctor, and their last name or is Taco. You know, it would just be or first name even.
In Toledo, we do have Dr. Beer.
Yes, true.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, which he needs to partner up with Dr. Taco.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know how you're Senor Delicioso, I'm El Tigre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dr. Beer, is clearly Dr. Cerveza.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and we would totally. Can you imagine, like, introducing, your longest reigning champions ever, because it's us.
Oh yeah,
Senor,
definitely.
like El Tigre and Senor Delicioso, and it's like escorted to the ring by Dr. Beer and Dr. Taco.
Yeah, Dr. Taco just comes out and starts like just flinging little street tacos out into the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. That's how we fire up, like when we Hulk out, like one of us will get thrown out, get your ass kicked, and then we get thrown out. Or, you go for the hot tag, and while, like, the other one is in there, doing the babyface comeback, the other one, Dr. Taco and Dr. Beer, just, powering them up with, like, Popeye spinach, basically, but it's in the form of tacos and beer.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Be
You
perfect.
get me fired up. Hand me a corn shell with some frickin' chorizo and chicken in it.
Yeah, right?
I will fuck dudes up.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Be
nice ice cold Modelo there.
Right. Be throwing overhand rights while I'm just crushing a taco with my left,
Mm-hmm. Speaking of all this, I cannot wait for the Lucha Libre taco shop to open up the road.
Yeah, right?
Every time I drive by and they're out there working on a building, I just want to yell, "Work harder!"
Yeah, that's fair. Now, I'm just picturing having some of that greasiness from that chorizo up on your hand, just from all the just drippings from the taco, just all over your hands, and just reaching way back, heat that sumbitch up and just smack someone's face real hard with it.
You talking about a hot chorizo slap?
Yep. I feel like that should be something else, but
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
The old chorizo slap.
Yep.
You ever been smacked in the face by spicy Mexican sausage?
Who hasn't?
Oh.
I like this idea.
Yeah, Brian, how's it going?
Hey, went to multiple stores today. That was a thing. So it really wasn't that
That's
bad.
something but that's something I enjoy doing. Even during the times of COVID and Corona, everyone's walking around like, masked ninjas.
Yeah.
I enjoy going to stores.
Oh, dude, I actually have a story that cracked me up from Target today. I'll get to that in a second. But when I was going around the fruit and vegetable joint up the street here, there was a guy, like, I don't know, he's probably, 600-700 years old, and he pulled his mask down to cough.
That makes sense.
And I'm like, that's what the mask is partially for, is to kind of keep.
He doesn't want to cough into his own face.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about here, man?
I'm just like, and the funny part is, have you been anywhere in public when someone coughs?
Oh yeah, everyone looks at them like, oh my god.
Like they scurry away like, cockroaches when you turn the light on or something, and
it's like Invasion of Body Snatchers. Everyone just looks and points and
yeah, pretty much. It was like that dude coughed today and everybody's like, and like scurrying away from him. So
like I had to sneeze earlier today at work.
Yeah.
And I pulled my mask down, sneezed into my sleeve.
Right.
Because I don't want to deal with whatever was coming out of my face into my mask.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just gonna like pull my mask down and then like shotgun blast my work.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're not
You're
not going to leave your mask up and try to breathe through like a chicken pot pie, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's vile.
I mean, it ain't necessarily untrue though. I mean, it's sometimes like I have two kinds of sneezes. I have the ones where I'm like like this kind of thing, and there's nothing. Like I don't feel. I mean, I'm sure if they did like that particle spray test, like they show on the news all the time, I'm sure there's shit that flies out. But then
things are afoot.
Yeah, but then there's the other one, which is I'm going to sneeze so hard my socks are going to come out of my nose. They're just going to suck right through my whole body and come out my nose. So, and unfortunately I never know which it's going to be. So I kind of have to prepare for the worst every time.
I mean, prepare for the worst, pray for the best or whatever, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
even in the world of sneezing.
Yes, exactly. So, really quick before I get to my Target story, I just want to talk about the cold, refreshing beer that I'm drinking from once again from the old Three Halves Brewing Company, sent to us by listener and friend Philip. So, so here's to ya, as Stone Cold used to say.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome that we got the beer hookup.
Yeah, right.
There, Dogsy.
Yep, indeed.
And I still feel bad because I haven't tried them yet because I'm trying to do them I'm trying to use the beers as content.
Right. I am too. I'm just using.
I don't want to drink my props.
Right. Understandable. Oh man. So I'm in Target today, and as I'm walking around, I hear this woman tell another woman that she needs to go get some lotion. And the other woman's...
It rubs lotion on skin.
Yeah. And the other woman's like, she's like, for what? And in my head, I'm going, what the hell do you think it's for? It's lotion, But anyway, like, because I'm going to smear down a sandwich. I mean, what the hell do you think I'm going to do with it?
Yeah. Straight jacking.
Yeah. I'm going to slather it all over my supple skin. Anyway, the woman goes... she goes, I'm trying to think how she worded it, but she's like, I need that exfoliating kind. She's like, I gotta exfoliate my ass. She's like, I gotta keep it smooth for my men's. And I lost it.
Oh.
Dude, I was like, like she was on one end of an aisle, I was on the other, and we're walking opposite directions, essentially. She said that, and I just, guffawed, if you will, just give it the old, ha, like kind of laugh.
I mean, that situation you have to.
And she turned and, looked at me and, kind of, I mean, I don't know if she's smiling, I'm assuming, because, masks, but. So
I mean, here, she knew you get it.
All right, so here's a question for you about masks, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there, do you find yourself looking at people like in public and finding that you're imagining what they look like under the mask?
I can't say that I am.
Oh, all right. I feel like it's added an element of mystery to things, like you don't know what you're going to get under that mask.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Similar to like, the first time you're with somebody in its sensual time and everybody's getting need.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. I mean, when it's that time, you're like, is this what I always imagined it would be?
Like, please don't be a horror show. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
then they disrobe and are just covered in like white supremacy tattoos. You're like, oh, jeez.
You're like, hot. Yeah. No, I'm absolutely kidding. But yeah, I've seen some people, like, I saw this woman walking around today, right? And she, like, had a banging body, and the parts of her face you could see, she looked pretty attractive, right? Well, then I saw her outside and was like basically, it's the old, like my dad used to refer to people, and it's not that it's his saying, that was the first place I heard it, which was a body to die for and a face to protect it. And, and like she took her mask off, and I'm like, whoa, like,
oh, good God.
Yeah. Like, so kind of like the old, you're just like, well, that's not what I pictured.
Yeah, no, I mean, now that you mention that, though, I'm going to start doing that because that's how I work.
Right? Like, I feel like this is a game show, right? Like, you just line people up and you have them talk, you see them, all this kind of stuff. And it's just so superficial, but it's basically like the old, like, hot or not kind of thing,
Right.
And then they reveal pull their face mask down to reveal, whether they actually are or not.
What was that stupid show they just did where they had the Masked Singer, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, but for,
But for banging. No.
But for banging, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's the show. It's like quarantine dating, you know. Like, you both have to keep your mask on the whole time, and then at the end of the date, you pull the mask down and reveal.
Brian, I
what
already got
like.
the corporate tie-in.
All right. Is it Dr. Taco?
No, it's not Dr. Taco.
Damn it. All right.
Quarantinder.
Yep.
Will you swipe right on that mask? Or
For
something?
sure.
I don't know.
For sure. Yeah.
Right?
It's like you just start lying and you're like, no, keep it on. I have a mask fetish.
Yeah.
I can only get off when you're wearing a mask.
I mean, the one thing I got to say about the whole mask thing.
Yeah.
Is the one thing I always thought would be cool as a kid was to be a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
And now I get to walk around like a ninja all day.
Right.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah. But it does make you go, man, how the hell did ninjas walk around like this all the time?
Well, they didn't have, I assume they all had ninja vision, so they didn't have to worry about their glasses fogging up.
Oh, yeah, they created LASIK, actually.
Yeah. Actually, I just bought a new mask off the internet.
Yeah.
Because my one they gave me at work is just terrible.
I assume it was used panties.
It might as well have just been like, cut off a strip of burlap sack.
Oh, no.
Face.
I mean the ones you just got, not the ones from work. If your work handed you used panties, I'd be really terrified by that.
Yeah, especially if you saw so many people I work with.
Hey, guys, here's a new mask. And they're just like, why did you specify that these are used? And who were they used by?
John, were these your used britches? Well, yeah, of course.
I'm not saying they're not.
Well, you're not going to wear them? What the fuck? Because that's like my boss's favorite phrase. What the fuck?
Don't you care about safety?
You're not going to wear that? Really? Really? What the fuck?
Just because it has a little oniony musk.
Musk. Anywho.
Yeah.
No, it's the thing I bought now. Bro, it breathes, it sweat wicks, doesn't fog up my shit. It's got little ear loopies. It's like a gator with ear loopies.
Ear loopies are important, yeah.
It is,
I guess.
Because I find as a bearded gentleman, the gator is far superior to your standard issue mask.
It for sure is.
Although Michelle bought some fancy-ass linen mask, and the one I have is like giant, and it fits my face way better.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I feel like Bane wearing it, actually.
Nice. Yeah, it's one of my things with wearing the masks, as much as this is like first world problem bullshit, is like I noticed that it's destroying the luxuriousness of my beard,
Bro, I posted a thing about beard face or mask face the other day.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Or
And you were right.
Like 2 weeks ago or whatever.
It's like, dude, if it wasn't for Beard Earl, man, I'd be a mess.
Oh, I know. Beard. Actually, that's the beautiful thing. It's Beard Earl, and I put my mask. I'm like, yeah, it smells delicious in
right, yeah. Like I smell like John's musk. Yeah.
Right?
No. Yee.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I haven't done the figure out what people look like gimmick.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I don't like the masks that have like smiley faces and shit on them. I don't know why it disturbs me. I don't like it.
No, what people need to do is just wear ones that just look like ass cracks.
Yes.
Like that's the move. So that
just balloon knots.
Yeah. Wow, you took it one step further. I just meant the crack. You went straight up like someone's just like pulling them cheeks apart.
Yep, exactly.
Like giving them the full arse face. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. I hope somebody made an arse face one.
That would actually be great.
Oh,
an arse face mask?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I think I'm taking my chances by recording outside tonight, too.
Yeah, there's a chance of rain. So
I think a wall of death is descending upon me.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You got bad gas?
Not right now.
Or the dog does, I guess I should say.
Yeah, always blame the dog, Brian.
For
You're
sure.
right.
For sure.
Let me pull up the radar real quick.
So here's another question about, these times.
Yes, sir.
Do you find yourself, like most of the time a person's in public and it's not polite to just destroy the room with some rank ass. But since we have to stand 6 feet apart, do you feel a little freer about like loosening some hot air or is it still, you think it's bad form?
I mean, it's still bad form, but who gives a shit?
Right? It's like, well, that'll teach you to stand so close.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, as you become an older gentleman, it just doesn't matter.
Well,
anymore.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's an old guy thing.
Yeah.
Because no joke, like, I'm trying to remember what store I was in. Oh, it was when I was sending our buddy Philip some samples of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just got a pop up that my anus is close to the moon tonight. Sorry. So
classic you.
So there's an old guy in the FedEx store, and he's talking to the woman at the counter.
Yeah.
And as he's talking, it sounds like he's lighting off firecrackers in the mud behind him.
That's why he kept talking, because he's trying to cover it.
No, it was painfully obvious to everybody what was happening. I was just like, I can't believe that. And I understand at some point, I guess you become old, and one, you don't care. Two, you just might not have the cheek strength to contain the pressure sometimes.
I was going to say the sphincter weakens. Yeah, whatever. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, clearly he doesn't squat anymore, bro.
Right. Got to do them ass kegels,
Yeah, you got to do ass kegels. Exactly.
Constant clenching, baby. I clench all day.
I mean, he should be, because it was disturbing.
Yeah. I open beer bottles with my ass. That's how much clenching I do.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is extra anonymous now with the masks, which is kind of nice.
Well, yeah, the best part is that you can kind of cover the giveaway, which might be that, like, sometimes, like, sometimes you got to fart and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to do this. Other times you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that came out of me, kind of thing, so.
Yeah, like this is happening.
And we're guys, so farts are always funny. So,
accurate.
Well, as long as they're a fart, yeah, sharks lose some of their hilarity, but
yeah, humor level drops a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Until you tell somebody else, then it rockets right back up,
Well,
But,
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I was just curious if
that Fury Road I hear?
I think so, making a comeback.
Whoa, callback.
I was just wondering if anybody else thinks about that stuff too, because I'm sure I've been in stores with some people who've just gone ahead and just released the dogs,
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know them well enough to know maybe that's just standard operations for them.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
they probably give zero fucks.
Like, they probably just tear ass when they hug people, for all I know,
Well, it's because they're being squeezed like an accordion.
I mean, that's a good reason, Like, I remember, my one grandma used to say that. Like, I'd go to hug her, and she'd be like, "Don't squeeze too hard. I'm full of gas," or something like that. And I, just
bear hugger.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Bear hugger into a belly-to-belly suplex.
Well, I mean, that's how I hug people. So,
as is tradition.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I am a stuplexing machine. So
yeah, I was say if you get a Brian hug, expect to go to suplex down.
Or as Brock Lesnar calls it, Suplex City, Like, I mean, it works perfect for Senior Delicioso. I mean, Stuplex is one of my setup moves,
Yeah, it's true. The Stuplex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also maybe what I call an upper decker. But anyway.
Oh, shit, man.
Anyway. So, yeah, how's your week been? I haven't really done much other than, like I said, today. I've been pretty much home the rest of the week, so.
Well, I mean, I heard disturbing news today at work, which is annoying and disturbing and annoying.
Like, disturbing?
I wish it was that cool.
Oh, okay.
No, I found out, I heard Friday, or was it Saturday? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Was it finding out that those underpants were Joe's?
No, a guy I work with was like, I heard we're working 6 days a week until Christmas. So I'm like, that guy's full of shit. You don't know what he's talking about. I heard it from a more reliable source today. So it sounds like he'll be working a lot for the rest of the year.
Nice.
Which, man, dude, having a day and a half off.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Sucks.
You know what? It was fine when we worked at the video store. Because it's not that hard of a job.
Yeah.
But you're working a little harder. It's hot as balls right now.
Yeah, it's not very like today I came home absolutely soiled because it was so hot today.
And you were sweaty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Yikes.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, the paychecks will be nice, but
Sure.
it's not always about the money.
No,
You know what I'm
especially
saying?
not when you got to go buy a ton more underpants,
For sure.
because you've just
All the
destroyed them.
underpants.
Yeah. You take them
no
off
joke,
and they
I
just
bought
leave.
some new socks because I tear holes in them because I'm on my feet so long.
Listen, I just bought some new socks myself. So.
Dude, my new socks I got are sexy as not sexy, man. They're great. I don't know. I don't want to get into sock talk. It's supposed to be an.
Are you sure?
I'll save that for my sock cast.
But we could be the soxiest podcast on the network.
Oh, I see what you're doing, Brian.
Yeah. No, I was just like the other day. I'm putting on. I had these Under Armour socks I bought forever ago, and I'm looking at them, and they were laying next to. I forgot what they were laying next to, a T-shirt or something like that. That's a white T-shirt, and I'm like, these socks are like gray now. Like, I think it's time for new socks. And then I realized there's holes in like all of them. So I'm like, yeah, I should probably buy some new socks.
Yeah, you should convert those to finger gloves.
Already done, sir. No.
Sick.
Right. And, nether region sock puppets.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
as you do.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
Right. Very tasteful, though.
But I do got to say, on that day and a half I had off, we took a little field trip out to the park. The fuck was that noise? No. Apparently cats are having sex or fighting. You know how cats do.
Yeah. It is kind of one and the same with them.
It's true. They have a very, dominatrix lifestyle.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call them. What is that? I don't even know. I'm so not into that world. I don't even know what it's called.
Mormon?
Yes, Mormon world.
That's what I thought. Okay.
No, we took a little field trip out to the park where they do the German American Fest normally.
Oh, you're right,
Because I went last year, had a great time. Was looking forward to going this year. I think I said that maybe even on last week's podcast.
Yeah,
it's gonna buy a stupid hat, all that good stuff.
Right.
And
you still could have bought a stupid hat. I mean,
well, no, there's no stupid hat vendors there right now, my friend.
You could find a stupid hat.
That's true. I actually got one bookmarked on Amazon.
See.
But in that park though, they actually have a German restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Black Forest Cafe. Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
And we took a little field trip out there, and bro.
Did you have various meats?
I had a nice Jaeger schnitzel.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, everything I had was delicious. And we sat out in the beer garden. I had a nice little Warsteiner Pilsner. I think I whacked that thing down in 3 seconds. It tasted so good.
Right. Well, and it's a Pilsner. Those are easy drinkers. So
yeah, those go down real easy.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, but man, I can't believe I've never been out there to eat before.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed, honestly.
Yeah, it was amazing. The food was delicious. It was just, and it kind of made me want to be like, man, I'm so bummed that there's no German American food here.
But Mark's off for not having stupid hats for sale, so sorry.
Definitely Mark's off for not having stupid hats for sale.
Right.
But they did have delicious carrot cake, so I mean, we got that going for us.
All right, that helps.
Yeah. But oh, dude, I'm telling you, if it wasn't so far away, I'd probably live there. Yeah, it was so good. So yeah, for some reason, anyone who's listening is ever in our area, take a little trip out to Oregon, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself the Black Forest Cafe because it's delicious.
Right.
I also discovered this weekend that I'm a big fan of reels.
Oh God.
Fuck you, Tiki-Taki. But I'm a real boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, I want you to get a shirt that says I'm a real boy on it. Dude, Teespring's so easy. All you have to do is just go just mock it up real quick and get one printed out.
Yeah, right.
Done and done.
Like a movie reel on there or something.
Yep. Oh, I don't even know if you need it. Probably. Yeah.
I mean, I saw that, Instagram was like, we're going to put out the competitor to Tiki-Taki.
Yeah.
Because my daughter loves TikTok.
Right.
And she's always like, oh, let me show you TikTok. I'm like, all right, let's watch them.
Yeah.
But then Reels came on. I'm like, all right, let me play with them. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Now that I figured out more you can do with it.
So how long before you're posting dances on there?
I shall never dance on it.
All right.
Unless
What
I was
if
with my kid?
I was just going to say, what if Leah's like, hey, Dad?
Yeah, if she wants to, then yeah, I guess I'll
All
do
right.
it.
I was going to say, I can't see you saying flat out no to her. Like, I figure there'll be some bargaining, but, you know.
And that's the thing I don't like, though. It's because if you're on Instagram, you want to watch them. You don't have, like, the people you subscribe to.
Yeah.
It's just, like, random shit. And I think the people you subscribe to are more integrated into your feed.
Okay.
But so you're just flipping through, and I'm like, oh, here's a fun video about someone making some food. Here's some fail video. And then it's just like, here's a 13-year-old girl dancing. I'm like, I don't need to see this.
Yeah, right? Like, yeah.
I wish there was a way you could be like block or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Maybe there is. Because one, I don't care. Two, I don't need to see this.
Right.
Well, next thing I know, I got Chris Hansen knocking on my door.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, I don't need this shit.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah. And he's like, what's with these seltzers? And you're like, listen, can I enjoy a seltzer?
Like, bro, I like seltzer.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, let me tell you.
Oh, boy.
I made this fucking drink called a Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Brian, it was so good. I saw it was on that How to Drink stuff that Deb was talking about.
Oh, yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's a drink that's basically a better root beer float.
Really?
It's delicious.
How?
With no ice cream.
How do you do that then?
All right. I'll do the recipe right now because I memorized the recipe because I liked it so much.
Yeah.
So it's a ounce of Kahlua.
Okay. Figured that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Ounce and a half of rum.
Okay.
Okay. And then you dump ice in the glass.
Dark rum, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark rum. Ice in the glass. And then you do the balance of the drink with root beer.
Mm.
And then you just take heavy cream and float a little heavy cream on top.
Ah, okay. Because that was kind of more of what I'm like, how do you replicate the ice cream concept of it then? Okay, that makes sense.
And it's like I tried it and I was like, oh my God. And I use a straw because I don't have a bar spoon. I use a straw.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Michelle, you got to try this. And she took a sip out of straw. And if you take a sip out of straw, you're just drinking pure alcohol.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, drink it through the cream. But you drink it through the cream. Oh, bro.
Nice.
It's
all right.
delicious.
That sounds all right. I ain't mad at that, for sure.
No. Like, whenever I get you over here again, I can queue up some Naughty Dogs for sure.
Now, I also feel like this should be a food truck idea because I feel like Naughty Dogs is where you just have scantily clad women serving hot dogs, right?
With their mouths.
Sure. Maybe not right now. That's probably not the best.
That's true.
That's
true.
Yeah. But, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think you're right. Naughty Dogs, a hot dog truck, or the ladies were in bikinis or something.
That has to exist already.
It has to exist.
It's too there.
That's too easy not to
exactly.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that was so good though.
Well, speaking of good.
Oh yeah, you getting into another one?
Oh yeah.
You gonna get hammered tonight, Brian? You drinking?
Nah, I'm only having a couple. But this is a hop slam though.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, like I said, speaking of good ones.
Nicey.
Yeah. So anyway. So yeah, what else you do this week? Anything?
We went to Botanical Gardens, which is cool.
Oh.
I always like going there. Dude, as soon as we got out of Jeep, we're walking. And
fuck.
If you saw it, you'd recognize it too, because I recognize it immediately. You know when there's nerd stink in the air.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I look over, I'm like, I see a couple of pale folks wearing weird t-shirts. They're not in the best of health. They've got dopey haircuts.
Now, can I ask you
phones.
Can I ask you a question? Was there a mirror you were looking at?
No mirror here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that goofy oh wait, that's me.
So I was like, that's weird. And then we walk a little more, and I see another group. And once I saw the second group of goofy ass motherfuckers, I'm like, these people are playing Pokemon Go. And that, like, you know how when you're talking about the cicadas.
Yeah.
Once you hear it, you'll always hear it. Once I saw it, suddenly it's like everywhere you look, you're like, there is so many people here playing Pokemon Go.
Right.
I don't know if it was some sort of weird weekend or doing some dopey, Go Finger Pikachu event or something.
Wow, that's aggressive. Yeah.
It is aggressive.
I did
That's how they
see-
market.
There was I saw a commercial for Pokemon Go not too long ago, and there was some event that they were like, come join us for, Pikachu fingering or whatever it was. So
that it must have been Pikachu fingering weekend.
probably.
Right. Pika digits?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Pikadiddle?
Winging him. That's better. Pikadiddle actually is pretty funny. All right, that one grew on me pretty fast. So yeah.
All right. We'll stick with Pikadiddle.
All right, which
But,
probably is also
they were
going to be the
everywhere.
name of the show. So
Oh, fair enough.
yeah.
And my favorite group was this lady, once again, the classic weird tattoos, never sees the sunlight skin, but on display
Yeah.
with clothing she shouldn't be wearing. And her dude I noticed had the old insulin pump hooked to his belt.
Hot.
Because I'm like Jason Bourne when I see people's flaws, apparently.
Right. That's a good look, though. Yeah.
And they're both walking around with their phones out. She has her phone hooked to a battery pack.
Damn. Well,
That
I
was
mean, if
hanging
you're,
on her belt.
I can see that though. I mean, like, oh wait. The battery pack was on her belt, and then she had that hooked to her phone, like through a cord.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know, man. That
Like a shitty Ghostbuster.
that's too far.
Well,
I was
I'm
thinking,
not done yet.
like if you had an expansion pack, like a bigger battery for your phone because you're out playing Pokemon Go, I get it, because it's probably going to burn through your battery pretty fast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when you got to go rocking a strap on, I don't know. That's weird.
But the best part is they're walking around doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I can't talk too much shit because I've played Pokemon Go.
Right.
But I can talk enough shit when they're walking around and their kid is behind them, basically just picking his nose because he's doing nothing.
Well,
I'm like, so here's these two
he was playing
nerd parents.
He was playing Pikmin.
Oh boy, was he? He was playing Dig Dug.
Perfect.
But when you're like, I mean, I would like there was another family and the two parents had phones and two kids had phones. Okay, you're all going out as a family and diddling Pokemon together. That's cool.
Right, I guess.
This poor kid just gets to watch his parents play Pokemon. That's fucked up.
Mom, can I play? No.
Exactly. Smacks him across the yard or
right.
whatever.
She's like, I'm 2 knuckles deep right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Pika,
yeah,
Pika.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like I know when Pokemon Go first came out, we talked shit about it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think we were both like, it's cool, it's getting people outside and doing whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
But I cannot side with people that are out there playing and their kids just walking around staring at like space because they're so bored.
Right, going wrist deep in their own nose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that kid could be covered in hornets and their parents would be like, hold on, I'm trying to get this Charmander.
Right. I mean, you gotta have priorities, man.
You gotta have your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was fascinating to watch.
That's something, all right.
And because at that moment in time, my brain was in Reels mode.
Oh boy, yeah.
Afterwards, we're walking back to the Jeep. I was like, oh, I could have had so much fun. I could have done a David Attenborough with all, North American Nerdist Americanus or whatever.
Right.
I was thinking I could have had, little clips of all the people, then ended it with, Moose or whatever the dude's name is from Revenge of the Nerd. Nerd.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
There's so much fun I could have had, but
yeah,
I think I was too just shocked and awed.
Yeah.
And it also brought up so many memories because you hear them talking. This is Michelle, her I point. Don't see her.
That's helpful.
Michelle and I are talking about because you can hear them talking like, go over here. That voice.
Right.
And it's like, what is it with that particular tribe of people and that voice?
I don't know, but you're right.
Because we've both been in the comic book world long enough as employees and owners.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone just hit me in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's attacking me.
It was still on your face when you said it, too.
Jesus Christ, what's that?
Speaking of a great time for a David Attenborough overlay, that would have been fantastic.
But no, you know what I'm saying? What is that?
I don't know, but you know, and maybe it seems more common to us because we've just been around that world more. I don't know.
It's not like, I want to know where that voice came from and why it keeps going.
I don't know.
Because I don't know if, like, you know, you're like, I just caught a, I don't even know Pokemon names. What's the rock guy? He's like a boulder with arms.
I don't know, man. You've already named 2.
All right.
And
I mean,
okay, I know
Squirtle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know a few, but I don't know very many.
So, oh my God, I caught a Squirtle.
Also,
I don't think
saying it like that was the perfect one to use. Did you get that extra, like, moist, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta get that nerd juice flowing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, but maybe in that, like I said, in that tribe, maybe that's like the mating call. Because I don't think your average lady is gonna be like, oh, I want that dude to have I want to have babies to that guy.
You'd be incorrect.
That's breeding stock right there.
Clearly, it must be. I don't know. I'm not a lady.
I don't know where the voice came from. I don't know how it keeps happening.
I don't know either, but you're not wrong. Like, I've heard a lot of it over the years from conventions we've been to, our own shop, you know, just playing games at other shops or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. And just kind of geeks in general, just hearing them, and you're just like, is this a thing? Like,
it is a thing.
Is this
I was telling
accent?
her how we had to shut down arguments sometimes in our store about, you know, like, well, if Lucas is X-Wing, strafe the Enterprise. You know, all that dumb shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, if Spock was in the middle of Pon Farr and he...
Wow. I remember at Collector's World working the counter, and the guy goes, I have a question for... He said something along the lines of, like, I don't remember how he worded it, but basically, like, hey, I need your expert opinion on something, right? And then he comes at me with, you know, one of those questions like, I don't even remember, like, could Thor beat up Superman? You know? And I'm like, who cares?
Well, Brian, the obvious answer is Thor could beat up Superman because Superman is susceptible to magic.
That's fair, yeah. Obviously, right? Like, I was like,
I'm sorry. Clearly, Thor would be victorious over Superman.
Well, it's
due to his magical nature.
Well, the thing is, it's so prevalent that, like, there's a character on Robot Chicken that has that voice.
Right. It's a thing.
It's their, like, geek guy that's like, well, actually, this is what, you know, and it's,
exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Right? I always just assumed it was like a speech impediment kind of thing, but, you know, there's so much of it that either that impediment is more common in geeks or it's something else. I don't really know.
Like, there needs to be a study.
Yes.
And we're the guys that do it.
You're right. Well, except for the work part of it.
We got to dust off the salty language lab coats.
Perfect.
And herd us up some nerds and do some studying.
Herd us up some nerds. Be real easy. All we'd have to do is just get a place that's like a Pokemon gym or something.
That's true.
And there you go. They'll just, you know, it's moth to the flame, you know?
Right. Oh, we could just, because, you know, I still have Pokemon Go on my phone because, you know, I was like, oh, I'll download it again because Leah plays it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you know, we don't play together, so it's cool.
No, you can just be honest with people. You downloaded it because you just wanted to play it. It had nothing to do with Leah.
I mean, you're right.
I know you're out there with all the others.
We can look at the gathering points, the gyms or whatever they call them, the vectors. I don't even know what they're called. And then we could do like old school, just put pantyhose on her head We'll have Master of Puppets jamming. We'll just screech up and just start throwing nerds in our band like they're like reverse paper boys.
This is a good idea. I like this. This could just be fun anyway, right?
Right?
Get in, nerds! Yeah.
Stack them like cordwood.
Yeah. Good fun.
Right? Yeah, I know. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Finished Avatar, too.
Oh, how convenient. So did I.
Oh, well, you don't say.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I think the general consensus, well, I already know it was amazing, but it was pretty great, right?
Yes.
So there you go.
Yep. Yeah. Loved it. You know what was
Yeah.
interesting to me? Spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find it interesting that usually in that kind of a story, there's a great sacrifice toward the end? Like one of the heroes must die.
Yeah.
And
you know what? You're right.
Nobody did. Like nothing really bad happened to any of the heroes, right? I can't think of anything.
I mean, besides the awful shit that happened to him just in general.
Well, I'm meaning at the very end,
Oh, wait.
though. Like,
One awful thing did happen, Brian.
what's that?
The great loss of Space Sword.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Space Sword was a great loss. You were correct on that. Okay, so of course Sokka's the one that is the one who has to deal with it. That's horseshit, but whatever.
Yep.
Like the one without powers has to lose the coolest thing he has. Well, I mean, except Boomerang, but
well, yeah. I mean, Boomerang's always there for him because it comes back.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I really dug those last few episodes and stuff, and I really appreciated how they had Aang go through the self torment over the. I know I have to finish him, the Fire Lord, but I don't want to kill him. Kind of thing. I thought it was cool, and the animation and stuff when Aang had like all 4 elements going at one time was fucking awesome. That was a really cool set. I don't know what you want to call it, almost episode. There's a whole bunch of it. So that was really cool.
It was pretty great when you're like, man, the Fire Lord's like unstoppable. And then it's like, oh, here comes full Avatar.
Right. And it's like, oh, all right, I see what you got now.
Yeah, and then you see like the actual terror on the Fire Lord's face.
Right, yeah. Because everything he goes to do, it's just Aang's got an answer for him. He's ahead of him in every step, Because that was one of the things I thought was interesting. I was like, well, if he really masters firebending, he could just go toe-to-toe with him in firebending because of the comet. Because his powers are going to be elevated as well, and then anything else he brings to the table just seems like, that's extra. But
I just like that little thing because it's like, basically through the whole thing, the Fire Lord's just like this mythical creature almost.
Yeah. Well, remember I mentioned that like in the first season, they barely...
powers are like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, I mean, you kind of see, what's her name? Azula, thank you. You see her doing the like jumping around where she's basically using the electricity as like, jet boosters for her feet,
Right.
But yeah, just the Fire Lord, all the things he's doing, and it's like, dude, how's Aang gonna stop this, and because the whole time you're like, well, he can't go into Avatar state, he says it in the one, like after he got hurt, I can't go back into Avatar state, so yeah, it was pretty good though. I really enjoyed it. I'm
glad you watched it, Brian.
Any complaints I have throughout the series are so minor that I just don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's a couple times where I'm like, and then it's like, you know what? It's like, first of all, remember this is a kid's show, but also, it's a TV show. You got to let some stuff go.
Yeah.
But they tied up almost everything. There's only a couple things. Do you know what my main complaints are? Is that is clearly the end, but they have, God, I can't think of. I keep wanting to say Roku. That's not right, though. Right?
Fire Lord Roku?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, never mind. So, yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Avatar Roku was the previous
Yeah,
Avatar.
that's not who I mean. No, I'm not. I don't mean him. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of, what's his name? The Firebender who becomes Fire Lord at the end. I can't think of his damn name right.
Zuko.
Zuko, thank you. I'm just totally freaking blanked on his name again.
Right. Killing me.
Like when he asks the Fire Lord, what happened to my mother? Or where is my mother? And we never get that answer. And it's like, damn it, I want to know what he did with his mother,
well,
you know?
Plus, we don't know what happened to Azula either.
True, because, I mean, I just assumed she was crazy and they threw her in a dungeon somewhere. But I was very much along the thinking of, like, those were two of the main things. There was something else, too. I forgot what it was. There was one other thing that I was like, they didn't really tie that up. But in the end, I was kind of like, I was like, well, you know, that would have been a great place. Maybe they were like, hey, let's leave a couple things open in case there's either another season or we want to do another series.
Right.
But then they did another series and it was a prequel, so. No, I thought
the Legend of Korra takes place afterwards.
Does it?
But it's like a generation or two afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My
fault. I thought it was a prequel. So, okay, well, whatever. But, you know, maybe in the comics that I talked about, maybe there's answers to some stuff in there. I don't know. I'm going to probably grab those pretty soon and give those a go.
Right.
So, you know, until Legend of Korra is in Netflix again. So.
Absolutely.
Which should be soon. I'm pretty sure I thought I read that it was in August. So. But, you know, the sad part was, you know, like I was saying, you know, I get to, like, you know, as you go through the episodes and then the one pops up and it's like, you know, book 3, episode 22 or part 22. And I'm like, oh no, this is the end.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
I'm like,
kind
damn it.
Feelings a little bit.
Yeah, right. And I was like, well, I can honestly say though, I'd probably enjoy watching this again. Like I could see myself, you know, at some point going back and watching this over. So good shit.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Yep. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So, you know, after that was over and I'm like, well, what am I going to watch now? You know? And, you know, there's things I really need to finish, like the first season of The Mandalorian, since I watched half of it.
I still haven't watched any of that yet.
And
I feel like a bad Star Wars fan.
You know, like Curb, you know, I think I'm in like the newest season. I'm like partway through that. So it's like, you know, I can finish that up. Or Clone Wars, the new season of Clone Wars, and the final season of Rebels. I don't think I watched all of it. I think I watched part of it. Because I think they split it in 2. I think I watched the first half. But, you know, instead of doing that, I was like, ooh, you know what? Harley Quinn is on HBO Max now. So. It's a cartoon.
Is it? Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't even notice it was a thing.
And listen. So the guy behind
I'm listening.
The guy behind it is basically, do you remember the Shit My Dad Says Twitter account?
Oh, yeah.
Justin Halpern's his name. Anyway, he basically, him and, you know, others, like, they pitched the show. And it's Harley Quinn, she splits from the Joker, basically. And, dude, it is so reminiscent of some of the just random shit we've talked about. Like, where we're like, you know, it would be funny. And we, you know how, like, we'll take comic characters and put them, instead of a PG environment, we will put them into an R environment.
Right.
Or so. That's what this does. There's cussing, there's over-the-top violence. I mean, there's no nudity that I've seen, but, I mean, unless you count, like, the, you know, a quick peek at the top of Harley's ass, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's not really nudity. Yeah. But, dude.
Yeah, I see that if I drive by construction sites.
Here's the example I'll give you. And if you have access to this, you need to watch this. So
I do, Brian, actually.
Perfect.
I do.
You should definitely be checking it out. So, Bane, Harley wants to be in the Legion of Doom, right? And not Hawk and Animal.
LOD, baby.
No, not that one. The DC Comics one.
What a rush.
That would be funny as hell. But she wants to be in Legion of Doom, so she logs into, like, Joker's phone or whatever, or into his calendar, and she's going to crash a Legion of Doom event, basically, to try to hobnob with him. And it turns out that it's, like, the Penguin's nephew's bar mitzvah.
All right.
Right? And
that's hilarious.
Oh, dude, it's like in the casting, the voice talents are great. Like Wayne Knight is the Penguin, and I'll get to in a minute more about the voice stuff. But anyway, so they're sitting at this table where it's just the Legion of Doom table, and Bane is sitting there, and the Bane character is so much the character that we basically pitched for like the Doctor Doom behind this rusted mask.
Really?
He's all like kind of emo and down on himself, and the others all pick on how lame his voice sounds and stuff.
Is it like, are they trying to do the Bane voice from like the movie?
Yes.
Oh god,
and
that's
it's
hilarious.
And it's, do you know the comedian James Adonian?
No, I do
Okay,
not.
well, it's him doing the voice. And it's perfect. It's so funny. But you know, there's jokes in there like Two-Face says to Harley Quinn, he's like, I haven't seen you in a while. She's like, that's because I've been hanging out on your left side where you can't see shit, or something like that. And
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and one of my favorite moments, and I'm sorry I'm going to spoil this, but there's a character called Dr. Psycho, and who's voiced by oh shit, what's his name? Damn it, he was Buster on Arrested Development.
Oh,
Tony Hale.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and dude, he's fighting Wonder Woman, and you know, and all this is happening, and she like does something to him, and he calls her like with all this like news media around, he drops a C-bomb on her. And then, so he gets kind of this thing about being a misogynist, and then he's on some show that's supposed to be like that like Wendy Williams show or whatever, and he does it again. God. And when he does, it shows like the world stops turning, a dog's peeing on a hydrant, and it stops peeing, and like everybody, it's, you know, like the screeching or the record scratch kind of moment, you know. So, the landlord for Poison Ivy is done by Jason Alexander, and he basically plays this kind of like old spy kind of pervy dude. And by far, easily the best voice talent on the show. Alan Tudyk plays the Joker, and he plays some other parts, but to me, the best part on the show is Clayface. Because everything he does is Clayface. He sounds like I'm an old actor kind of thing. And he's so over the top and ridiculous, but it's so good. It is so good.
Wow. I'm definitely going to have to watch this.
The only thing I kind of don't... Oh, and Diedrich Bader is Batman. Because,
right.
You know, he played Batman on Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
And, oh shit, what's that guy's name? The one from Law and Order. I can't think of his name. Christopher...
Reeves?
No. That he wouldn't be able to say anything.
That's crazy. Did he get a Ouija board?
No. He plays Jim Gordon. And Gordon is... if you didn't know better, you'd swear, like, Gordon is just like... like, the one episode, he starts kind of telling Batman about how his wife is getting tired of looking into his dead eyes while he's on top of her. Like, and there's moments that are really funny in the character, but I also kind of don't like how they make Jim Gordon look like he's just a shitty, just
defeated.
Yeah, you know, but it's also kind of funny, you know, like the one night Batman shows up because he just keeps flipping on and off the bat signal.
Yeah.
And Batman shows up and he's like, "What? I wasn't playing with it," you know. So, but yeah, I'm loving the. Oh, and Ron Funches does the voice of
Robin.
No.
Alfred.
No. It's like Killer Shark, I think's the character's name.
Divus Bluest?
No. Maybe. But he's really good as that character. It's so funny because it's just Ron Funches being Ron Funches, you know?
Right.
But you can't help but smile at the character at times. So
Ron Funches shit.
Yeah. And Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory is Harley Quinn. And Lake Bell, that was on Children's Hospital.
I love Lake Bell. Oh.
She's Poison Ivy. And... dude, Poison Ivy has this like Venus flytrap kind of plant, and it's voiced by JB Smoove.
That's hilarious.
Dude, he's so good. So, yeah, like I said, the voice talent on the show is incredible. And, what's his name? God, I can't think. I'm so bad with names. Jesus. The guy who played the Dean on Community is the Riddler.
Oh, that's a great choice.
Yeah.
He even kind of looks like the Riddler.
I know, right? Yeah. As soon as I heard the voice, I'm like, is that Jim Rash, I think's his name? And I'm like, is that...
Jim Rash?
Yeah.
I got that when I was running one day. I had to buy a stick. I had to buy a Gold Bond stick to rub on my balls.
That's what that's there for, you know?
Avoid Jim Rash.
Yeah, but anyway, every episode I'm pulling up like different characters to see, who's doing the voice, because a lot of them were easy. Like, when you hear Wayne Knight as the Penguin, you're like, well, that's Wayne Knight. Like, you just know it's him,
Yeah, exactly.
Alan Tudyk, I didn't recognize at first, though, is the Joker.
That guy does a lot of voices.
Yeah, when he does his Joker voice, and he's good as the, doing the Joker, and I'm like, who is that? I pull it up, and then I was like, oh, he does Clayface, too, who wasn't in the first or second episode. I think he's in the second or third episodes where he shows up. And here we go. Here's the best way I can tell you. His character reminds me of the episode of What We Do in the Shadows, where Matt Berry, when Laszlo goes and becomes what's his name? When he becomes the bartender.
Like Vince Dakota or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is.
That's what it reminds you of. And actually, the first scene of him is he's like this over-the-top cowboy that's a bartender.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, oh, that's really funny that the parallel there is really similar. But he reminds you of what Matt Berry brings to, like, IT Crowd and What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Father!
Yeah. Yes.
I love Matt Berry.
Just so over the top,
Yeah.
But perfect. Like, absolutely perfect.
But.
Yeah.
They need Matt Berry just to yell that, like, just as a cameo to yell that out when Batman shows up.
Yeah.
But. Be terrific.
Yeah. So, anyway. Oh, and one more. They had a quick cameo by Lex Luthor in one of them, and it's the guy who plays Fring in Breaking Bad. It's something Esposito. I can't think of his first name, but anyway.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, though. The guy
I
who
know
plays Gus Fring.
About.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I can be like, the guy who plays this,
I'm like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I'm better with, actors, their character names and their real names, to be fair.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Because anytime I see somebody in a movie, I'm like, oh, it's the guy he was in this.
Yeah. You're like, you're right, he was. So, anyway, yeah, definitely jump on that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if it's on HBO to the max.
Yeah. I watched like 5 episodes of it last night. I think season 1's in there, and I think they've said that season 2 will be at some point. Like, season 2 just wrapped not too long ago.
Right.
Because it looks like DC's streaming service is probably going to bite the bullet. And it looks like a lot of the stuff's going to be moved over to HBO Max. So.
Well, that's good for me, then.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Sweet. Yeah.
Good for us winners in life.
Yep. Exactly. So.
Oh, geez.
What?
I think I just got hit by a raindrop.
Oh, geez. So,
boy.
Here's a question for you. We talked a few weeks back about how they're rebooting or reimagining Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Did you see that this week it was announced that Ren and Stimpy are also coming back?
I saw that. I'm not 100% sure what to make of that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because the last time they did that, they did it on, like, Adult Swim or whatever, or something goofy like that.
Yeah.
FYI, I just got hit by a raindrop, so.
What?
So, Andy, like, reimagined adult Ren and Stimpy stuff wasn't as good as the original.
Yeah. I agree.
So I'm a little... I'm unsure, Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I doubt John Kay will be part of it, because of a lot of allegations that have come out about him. Apparently,
boy,
he's a real scumbag. I had kind of heard for years about how he was one of those artists who, female artists would want to study with, under him, and he would be like, kind of thing.
Oh boy, a little Epstein action.
And,
not Epstein, a Weinstein action.
Well, here's the thing is that, I think there's some allegations that he had some inappropriate situations with some 17-year-olds and stuff, so it's a little column A, a little column B, I guess, but, So, yeah. So, I doubt he'll be any part of it. Yeah. So, here we go. It actually says in this article, who faced allegations of misconduct with underage girls after an investigative story from BuzzFeed in 2018, in which he admits to having had a teenage girlfriend. So, yeah.
Well,
so I doubt he'll be part of it.
If it's 18, it's weird.
Yep.
But it's okay. If it's under 18, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem.
I guess it depends on what state you're in, but I'm not trying to be that guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you're not trying to, I would be the devil's advocate, but...
Yeah, well, but if it's in New Jersey, she's totally legal, so I'm just saying.
But it also sounds like he kind of maybe leveraged his power for, sexual favors and whatnot from these women that just wanted to, learn from him because of the success he's had,
Right, naturally.
So, yeah.
This is going to be interesting, Brian.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to keep talking to you, but I'm going to be moving shit inside.
Oh, this should be interesting. All right.
Yeah, you won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to hear me, you son of a bitch.
I'll tell you what reboot I need them to do is, do you remember Mission Hill?
I don't, you know what, I remember it, but I never watched it.
Oh my God, I love that show. I really want a Mission Hill reboot. Or a continuation. Doesn't even have to be a reboot. Just give me more of it.
Was that a Adult Swim situation, Mission Hill?
That's a good question. I don't remember what it was on. If it was on Mission Hill or if it was Comedy Central.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Is that
the apocalypse is officially blowing in?
I was just gonna say, is it raining?
No, it's just windy, dude.
Oh, all right.
Like it just picked up big time.
Blame it on the dog, man.
Yeah, hers aren't powerful, but they pack a punch.
Those are the worst ones. At least if you hear them, you can, prepare.
You can plan?
Yeah, you can run. Be like, oh my God, that smells horrible.
Yeah, right.
Or sounds horrible, I mean.
I know you and I have had a lot of reboot talks before, and a lot of times when they reboot stuff,
yeah,
it's just not the same.
I know. And it's interesting to me because I really wonder with Ren and Stimpy, I kind of feel like it's I don't know, man. It's like I kind of feel like it needs to be guys, but also I don't really want that to happen.
Also true.
Oh, holy shit. So I happened to type in, because I was looking to see when or what network Mission Hill was on, right? I was, look for the old wiki on it or what have you.
Right.
But right here from June 30th of this very year on Deadline.com, it says Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein, I don't know how his name's from, plot Mission Hill spinoff.
Oh, look at that.
So apparently maybe they're working on some stuff. Awesome. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but neat.
That is pretty dope.
I hope that's the truth.
You hope that's the case, huh?
Yeah, because like I said, I dug that show. I really liked it. It was rarely on though. Like once it kind of got canceled, they were still showing reruns of it, but it was pretty far and few.
Pretty sketchy.
Yeah, it felt like one of those shows that if you caught it on, you were like, "Oh my God!"
Like, holy shit! I can't believe I'm watching this right now.
Like, sweet dude. Yeah.
Sweet dude. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of looking to see. Apparently, it originally ran on WB, then moved to Adult Swim in 2002. It only had 13 episodes, and it was initially canceled after 2 episodes because of bad ratings, but became a cult classic after airing. I think when it went to Adult Swim is, what happened.
Right.
Because
weird shows like that live on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, hell, we live in a world now where it's like, I don't even, I feel like you just get enough money and just put this out yourself. Forget the networks.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you just Patreon it or whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they would have enough. I don't know if they would have enough support, because again, this is kind of a cult following show, type of thing. But still,
I mean, going back to the Ren and Stimpy thing, part of me was excited.
Yeah.
But I almost I wanted to just let things lie. I mean, are they going to have Billy West? Is he going to be involved?
I don't know. That's a good question because, there was a lot of things. Also, I don't know if you know, there's a Ren and Stimpy doc coming out really soon.
No, I did not know that.
Really, really soon. And, I guess it's going to talk about the situation with John Kay and a whole bunch of the other stuff that happened kind of behind the scenes on that show.
Really?
Yeah, because there was a lot that, voice talents and stuff like that. Because I want to say, I can't remember if Billy West did the second. I feel like Billy West stuck around even though he kind of was like, oh, I'm friends with John Kay kind of a thing. But then he stuck around for money and whatnot. And there's a whole bunch of other things that happened.
Right.
Weird,
sketchy things.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to watch the documentary too. I don't know when and where. I'm looking to see when. But
Jesus, Bomber.
Right? Good Lord, have some water.
I know, right?
Calm down.
So I feel half the time too.
There's more of it. You don't have to worry. Actually, it says releases August 14th of this year.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if it'll be where you can buy it through Amazon and Apple and all that stuff, or if it's going to be on a streaming type of situation.
Right.
So.
Oh. Where the hell did you go, Brian? Bomber, Jesus.
Are you swimming across an ocean or something? What's going on here?
Get it. You're thirsty. Christ's sakes.
Yikes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Go. Got my shit set up out here in here now.
Mm-hmm.
You ever shoved an entire laptop power cord in your pocket, Brian?
Who hasn't?
Man, you want the ladies to make you go whoa, look at that guy packing.
I bet it's just a power cord.
Accurate.
Knew it. Yeah.
Knew it, dude. I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're talking Ren and Stimpy and our reboots, besides Mission Hill, because we already talked about that.
Right.
If you could reboot something from our childhood that hasn't been rebooted yet, what would you reboot?
The hardest part is that hasn't been rebooted part of that.
I know, right? Because that is the hardest part. Because they reboot all the things now.
Now, here's a question. Can I pick the G.I. Joe, because there's currently no G.I. Joe cartoon? But they've rebooted it a couple of times.
I'm going to say yes. That's allowed. Okay.
Because
it's got to be a reboot from our childhood G.I. Joe, not the bullshit they keep trying to spin it into.
Did you ever watch
G.I. Joe fucking Tiger Force?
No, not that. No. Did you ever watch the G.I. Joe Resolute that was 6 episodes that was on Cartoon Network?
I did not.
Oh, that was really good. That I would take as a series. Yeah, it was more serious, look at things. Do you remember that run in G.I. Joe the comics where things got real serious and a bunch of characters were dying and all that kind of stuff? They finally kind of weren't running at a G rating anymore.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
It kind of had more of that feel to it. It felt more like a grown-up G.I. Joe approach. So, that would probably be one of the first things, because I think He-Man is about to get rebooted at some point.
Of course it is.
No, maybe there's going to be a live-action He-Man. I don't know if it's a movie or a series. I forgot, but
no one can get that shredded to be He-Man.
I don't know. There was a thing. I guess they posted pictures of the guy today, and he's looking pretty cut. I guess I don't know.
They need a whole cast of cut people. Every person in He-Man hit the gym 6 hours a day.
Yeah, that's true, because they were ridiculous. Now, the key is they all had basically the same body. They just put different heads on the characters. So they all have to be built exactly the same. So
true.
what I want is, if you're going to do it right, you need one person to play all the parts.
Good point.
That way all the bodies match.
I'm trying to think of what I would want to reboot from our childhood.
And that's the thing, is like I go with G.I. Joe because it was for those who can't see, there was Tony now has a complete like cat smoke screen there.
Yeah.
Cat just closed. But yeah, I picked G.I. Joe because I always felt like G.I. Joe deserved a better treatment than what they gave it. Like I like the grown up version of G.I. Joe more. Considering the topic, and what it's about and stuff. It's like I've always felt like it should be less campy and more like, more realistic in that aspect. So
yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I figured you'd pick something like Shirt Tales or something,
I mean, I would like to see a gritty reboot of the Gummy Bears. Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
And everywhere. Yeah, that's right.
Including the the dark streets of Gummyville or whatever.
Yeah, right into my mouth.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Bomber. Leave it.
So yeah, so what do you?
Noise, Michelle. I would think.
U.S. Acres, right?
Oh God, I hated U.S.
I know,
Acres.
I did too.
That was the worst part of the Garfield cartoon.
It was like Garfield doesn't need those friends. Can we just
exactly.
throw them
those
away?
Friends are the worst friends.
Yeah, those were terrible.
Yeah, they were terrible.
How about Animaniacs?
I see that my problem is I want shit to I want it to just be.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to think of something that was like if you watch G.I. Joe now, I like your G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
If you watch it now, it's super dated and it could use a good reboot.
That's why Resolute worked, because that's what they did. They made it feel very current.
Right. But it's like with Animaniacs, that shit's timeless.
Yeah.
Ember, could you stop rubbing my phone?
Because Animaniacs has got one of the best, one of my favorite jokes of anything ever, which is the scene where I think it's Yakko looks at, or he says something like, they were looking for Prince or whatever, and Dot pulls up Prince, like the singer, and Yakko goes, no, fingerprints, and her and Prince just look at each other, kind of like, like it's such an obvious a very adult joke.
Yeah, it's super adult joke.
Yeah,
like that's my problem. I'm trying to think of something that really could use a good reboot.
Yeah,
and I really think you nailed it with G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
because they rebooted Transformers and
many times.
Many
right.
times.
And He-Man, I kind of feel like it's going to run into the same problem as some of this stuff is, unless, and they've rebooted Thundercats.
Right.
Which I actually thought was good. I thought the reboot of Thundercats was decent.
Bro,
Voltron's been rebooted.
No, Voltron's, and the new reboot for Voltron's the shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that too, yeah.
Let's reboot motherfucking Silver Hawks.
That one certainly hasn't been rebooted.
That show was my jam.
Yeah.
It was basically just Space Thundercats.
Yeah, it really was, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm okay with it.
Wouldn't it have been funny if it actually was just called Space Thundercats?
that would have been great. Like asteroid kittens or something.
Yeah, they don't even try. They're just like I got it. Like, we're gonna do Thundercats, but in space. And someone will be like, well, what do we call it? Be like, Space Thundercats. Like dude,
Space Thundercats,
dude. Perfect.
You ever notice? Because you're a cat owner.
Yep.
This cat is assaulting my phone. Like it's gonna have allegations brought up against her.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
But now she's just like, she keeps looking at something, and I'm trying to figure out what she's looking at. I'm
Mhm.
convinced she sees ghosts.
That's probably what it is. There's probably a ghost right behind you right now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because, like, Lee and I have joked, because, Bomber's got a dopey lazy eye.
Yeah.
And we're convinced her lazy eye sees into the spirit realm.
Yeah, that's fair. As a person with this lazy eye, that's the truth. That's what they do.
But, I mean, I don't know what this cat is staring at. But she keeps looking over my shoulder. It's freaking me out.
Right. Oh, man. So I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
And I saw they brought this up on Inner City Geeks, too. And I was kind of wondering this, too. Have you seen how Disney's planning on putting Mulan on Disney Plus, like the live action Mulan that has not been released in theaters yet?
Oh, I did not see that, but I'm not surprised with the world of Corona.
Well, they're planning on doing it with a price tag of $30.
Okay.
Now, like for me, I would never do that because I'm not that interested in it. I'll just wait for it down the road, kind of a thing.
Yeah, accurate.
But, and I know maybe that you're past kind of this point to some extent too, but could you see yourself doing that? Like paying that money? Like, do
honestly,
you think any movie, like
no.
they're also talking that maybe when Black Widow, not too long from now, that they might do it with Black Widow.
Like, okay, if it's a movie I really want to see and say like the kids are over,
Right.
so you're gonna have 4 of us watching it.
Right.
$30, I'm like, yeah, all right, the math works out to me.
Right. And that's
if I'm just sitting here, or if it's just the 2 of us,
you and I.
I'm like, yeah, you and I. It's like, I don't know if I can justify that price for just a movie.
Right. See,
But
that's
if I wait like 5 months, it'll be on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever.
That's kind of my thing on it is the same. And like, I get it. Like for families, it makes so much sense. Like how they released Trolls, the new Trolls movie that way, that makes so much sense, because kids are going to want to see it. And again, like you said, if you take, 4 people to the movies, you're easily laying out $30 or probably more than that,
Oh, for sure.
So I can understand it, but I just can't see it at home if it's just 1 or 2 people. 2 people maybe, but probably not.
I love the option.
Yeah.
Because like I do like going to the movie theater.
Uh-huh.
I really do, but at the same time, there's something really nice about just staying home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even in the once Corona is hopefully out of our world in the future,
yeah,
at least to the point where we don't have to quarantine all this shit.
Yeah.
If they keep that available, it's like, hey, it's going to be debuting in theaters on this day, but it's also you can stream it for like $35 if you want.
Right.
I'd be cool with that.
That I definitely could see a lot of people doing. And I get it because they can't, because of the concept of somebody going, let's pretend, like take a, like a new, like an Avengers movie or something, that normally in the theaters would make $100 gajillion, right?
Right.
Like if they put that out, people would be like, hey, everybody come over and let's watch the new Avengers movie. They get like 6, 8, 10 people watching the movie for, like, if they were like, oh, it's $10, there's going to be so many people just watching it like that, or, their whole family, like you were saying, like a family of 4 watching it at $10. It's like, oof, that's a kick in the dick as far as revenue goes.
Yeah.
So I get that they have to ask $20 or $30 for it to kind of recoup that, but it's also, kind of like pay-per-views, they're $50, $60 because they assume there's a good chance you're going to bring multiple people in your house to watch it.
You're going to have a party of some sort.
Right. So it's like, I get it, but it's just like, for me, I can't see any movie coming out that I'm like, oh man, I just have to, like, I'm going to lay $30 out. I just can't see myself doing it. Not when I could wait a little longer. And like you said, it's like either it'll be on a streaming service or I could straight up buy it.
Right.
For $25, $30. So
yeah.
I'm very curious if they do release Mulan, I'm curious how well it does. And same with Black Widow, because I feel like Black Widow is one that might fall on its face.
I think it will, honestly.
Because I don't see people being super excited about a Black Widow movie.
No,
I mean,
like it when I think I can't remember if it's gonna be a movie or a series, but like when Winter Soldier happens,
yeah.
I can see people like, oh, fucking sick.
Yeah, that's a series because it's Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, no offense to Black Widow and all that stuff, but I mean, I'm just like, I could care less.
Yeah.
Unless the movie comes out and they're like, this is like a groundbreaking Marvel movie. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm interested.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, honestly, now that the whole Infinity Gem arc is done,
yeah.
like, I don't know where Marvel's going to go from here because I feel like they kind of blew their load.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is all these movies now are essentially probably going to start piecing together the next move, like the next big wave of whatever the villains end up being.
Well, because, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I would assume that Marvel Studios is looking at it now like, wow, that Avengers thing took 10 years or whatever it took. Sorry, I forgot about my clock.
Yeah.
I'm in my dining room as opposed downstairs in my basement so I had to evacuate from the perfect storm.
Right.
I would assume because, however, I think it was a 10-year arc.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
That they're now looking at it like, we need to do this again.
Yes, for sure.
So they're going to start trying to figure out what their next arc is going to be. And I don't know how you make it any better because I think they had
I do too.
The perfect situation.
Yeah.
They had the perfect cast. They had all the perfect people.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time.
This is the point where you would almost expect them to take that step back and go, okay, it's time to reboot.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to recast. Because, you have, like, Chris Evans. It was like, I'm done with Captain America. And Robert Downey Jr. has been back and forth about playing Iron Man more. And, like, you've had a few of the other characters kind of along those lines to where the people are like, I might be done with this. Because, again, like you said, it's like every movie they work on, it's 2-3 years of their life. So a lot of them would like to do something else. Robert Downey Jr., I think, should just, like, this is all downhill. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the easiest freaking money in the world for him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because he's the biggest draw of, the names in the movies. To where they're like, oh, we're going to have to give you $25 million and part of the cut, in the back end, basically. So, yeah.
I could see them maybe doing something along the lines of Spider-Man because, the kid who plays Spider-Man is so young.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe doing a Spider-Man arc of some sort.
Well, the problem, though, there is, like, Marvel doesn't outright own Spider-Man. They got that deal with, realistically, the move for Marvel should be now that they have X-Men under their belt and Fantastic Four is to move in that direction. I'm curious if they will, but I don't know that they will. But
of the two properties, X-Men's the better one to move with, I think.
Yeah.
Because more people are aware of the X-Men than they are of the Fantastic Four.
The only thing Fantastic Four brings two things to the table that I think you could really scape or mold a whole kind of universal event with, which is Doctor Doom and Galactus.
True.
Because you really could build up to Galactus coming, Yeah. The X-Men, most of their events, if you really think about it, most of their events are more self-contained. They don't generally affect the whole universe of Marvel. They generally kind of just affect them. So, but if Dark Phoenix had been done right, you could write that to where it does affect other characters and stuff.
Like, that's the thing, though, Avengers had with it is, one, they had all these different movies they could tie together because Avengers.
Right. Well, and plus with the Infinity Stones, like, the way they did where this movie has this one in it toward the end or whatever, this one has this one in it, so they could kind of put those little pieces to where they tie together.
Yeah. Like, I honestly don't think, no matter how hard they try, they can really recreate that magic that they got.
Yeah.
In that first arc, the Avengers, whatever you want to call it.
Right. I know. I'm kind of with you. I really feel like this is going to be a hard situation for him. But I don't know, like, because the movies they've got planned coming up, I don't like Eternals and Black Widow, and I forgot what else is on the docket. But I'm like, like I'm not real jazzed about any of them. Really,
Yeah, I hear you. Right.
So we'll see, though. I mean, I'll watch them, of course, but
I'm googling upcoming Marvel movies because I'm just curious.
I can't remember if there's another Thor. I feel like there's another Thor movie coming too.
That seems crazy to me. Why would they do another one?
I don't know, 'cause money.
Oh yeah, good point.
Because some of the stuff moving to Disney Plus, like the concept of like a Loki show or Winter Soldier and Falcon, those are kind of cool. I've read a few things that apparently Marvel might be talking with John Barenthal about a Punisher, either series or movie.
Right.
And that's a good move, but I don't know. I kind of feel like the Punisher, I don't know how many seasons of that I want.
I think if they did another, because I actually enjoyed the Punisher movies they did recently.
Yeah.
But if they did a good Punisher movie instead of a series, I think that'd be cool. Although he really is episodic.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
So, all right, Phase 4, Brian.
Uh-huh.
I have an article here that talks about Phase 4 and Phase 5.
Okay.
You got Black Widow's the next one.
Okay.
The Eternals.
Right.
Goes Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Zero interest in that. I'm not even going to lie. That character never interested me in the comics. Again, I'll probably watch it so that I know what's going on in their universe, but not
just like I'm the same way. I saw Shang-Chi and it's like I could give $2.
Right.
An untitled Spider-Man movie coming out.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense. Thor: Love and Thunder.
There it is. I knew there was another Thor. I just couldn't remember. That one, of course, I'd be excited to see.
Another Doctor Strange movie in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I remember they were talking that this one's supposed to maybe be more like horror kind of based.
That'd be cool.
Which I think would be really cool, yeah.
Black Panther 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, that definitely would be in for.
Captain Marvel 2.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm.
Untitled Ant-Man and Wasp sequel. The Fantastic Four. X-Men. Oh, Blade. I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Fantastic Four, I'm always like, I want that to be good.
Yeah.
But so far, two or three giant swings and misses.
They've been huge stinkers.
So bad.
They've been the worst.
Here's my thing, though. Like, if you're going to do Fantastic Four, I really wish they would make it more of a Universal thing with Galactus.
Right.
And make a big Galactus movie or two,
Weren't they trying to do that with the last Fantastic Four? Because it had Silver Surfer in it.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what they wanted to do, but yeah, no.
I just remember the first Fantastic Four movie. Because I took Logan to it when he was a young lad.
Well, technically the second. You're not meaning like that old abomination from the 80s.
No, I'm not talking about like the 70s one or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw the guy who was Doctor Doom was like the bad guy from Charmed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing?
And they made him more of like a hacker than a mystical kind of scientist. So
yeah, it was just.
I hate when they do that shit. Although apparently they're the director. Like, if he had been able to release his cut, it would have been really cool and all this from all sorts of stuff.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what they all say.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard that one before.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe it would have. I don't know. But
I mean, once I drop my music video, man, it's going to be dope. I'll see you at the Grammys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toronto people.
No, right?
I don't know. I'm just like.
Well, it's one of the things I think Marvel's been really good about, which is when they're putting their characters on the screen, they're trying to keep their characters close to the comics.
Yeah, and I'll totally give them that.
And I like that they're not trying, for the most part, they don't want to make things, like Doctor Doom. They're not doing that kind of stuff. That was with, you know, Universal or whoever it was, or Fox, whatever it was that had the Fantastic Four property, you know, and it was just like, or like the X-Men, like that Dark Phoenix abortion of a movie, you know.
I haven't watched it. I know it's on. I think it's on HBO.
Yeah,
still.
It's so not good.
All right, fair enough.
And it just, you know, the last couple X-Men movies, or the, what do you call it? The one with Days of Future Past had a lot of things they could have done way better and kind of screwed up. And it's just, you know, it's like, hopefully by Marvel having these properties again, they'll straighten them out.
Right.
You know, and actually put out a legitimate type movie.
Like a decent product.
Yeah, the only problem I have is like, okay, if they're going to make an X-Men movie, what are the odds Magneto's going to be the villain? You know?
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Like, I'd rather have them go, you know what, let's do Hellfire Club. Or Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister would be sick.
Right?
No one really knows. Well, I mean, we know.
Yeah.
Because we should be talking like this. But we don't.
Yeah.
But we know.
It's like, maybe let's put out something like that, then you can work up to, you know, a better...
Like, I think the coolest thing they could do is put on an X-Men movie and just, like, hint, like, oh, hey, fucking Magneto. And then it's not.
Yeah.
And you drop some sort of, you know, X-Men villain that no one's really familiar with, but like Mr. Sinister, who's a badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I'm with you, because it's like, I kind of want them to, like, it's kind of like Spider-Man, when they're like, oh, let's reboot Spider-Man. Well, who's playing Green Goblin? It's like, you know, he has all these other villains, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You don't need Green.
It doesn't always have to be goddamn Green Goblin. That's why I like Into the Spider-Verse, you know, Kingpin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man takes on Kingpin a ton in the comics, so, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because New York, even though he's known mostly as a Daredevil villain, you know.
And a Punisher villain.
And a Punisher villain, you're right, yeah. Because, you know, he's a Kingpin in New York. They all happen there. So. Yeah. Yep. Did you see the thing that Garrett posted it in our group about, there's a Twitter account that said that, and this is this guy's gimmick. I'm pretty sure this isn't, that he actually isn't doing this. I think he just writes it himself. But the guy posted the thing that says, like, I forced a bot to watch over 1,000 hours of Batman movies and then asked it to write a Batman movie of its own.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was classic. I laughed my ass off reading that.
So funny. And I'll post the link so everybody, you know, if you want to go read it, you can just go read it yourself. But I died when they, was it on, I'm trying to think where it's at. Oh, there it is. It's like, it says, The Joker. Happy Bat Day, Birthman. It says Batman opens the present since he's a good guy. It contains a coupon for new parents, but it's expired. This is Joker joke.
Yeah.
So good. That's such
that's
a
I think my
savage
favorite
gift.
line is the he is the Batman, sometimes man, sometimes bat, always orphan.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's so savage.
Oh God, yeah, really tickled me, Brian. Really tickled
man, me too. I looked at this guy's Twitter account, and it's at Keaton Patty, Patti, and I think actually it might not be a guy. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming. Let's say their Twitter account, and anyway, they have other things, like they did one about like Olive Garden commercials, which was really funny.
It was kind of terrifying, actually.
It actually was, yeah. And there's a couple others that they've done too. So, you know, don't just read this one. Like, jump around on their account a little bit, because there's some really good things like that. So, I just wanted to make sure I brought that up for I forget it.
No, that was good stuff right there.
Yeah. So.
Good, clean fun.
Sure was,
dude.
Sure was. So, all right. Well, you have anything else?
I do not. Actually.
Well, I guess let's do a cue the W then, as I'm going to take a nice big swig of beer here.
Enjoy it. I'm out of beer. I'm out of Coke Zero. I am beverage-less over here.
All I have left is
bummer.
Water after this. So.
Oh man, that's a bummer too.
Yeah.
over on Facebook, Brian, we got our pal, provider of barbecue sauce samples, Philip.
Barbecue sauce?
Yeah, that's how we got our treats.
Oh, right. Barbecue sauce, right.
Yeah. He says strength, intelligence, and charisma. So I could know if I could beat them, outsmart them, or trick them.
That's fair.
It is fair. And then Michelle, she says alignment, i.e., lawful good, neutral good, etc. How honest they are, as in 90% honest, and their deepest, darkest secret, such as unironically loves Nickelback.
That would be a fun one to have.
The deepest, darkest secret? That could be...
it could be terrifying, but it could also be really...
dangerous.
Yeah, but it could also be really funny when you like sings love duets with their parakeet every night or something to that effect,
I mean, who doesn't? Actually,
Exactly.
if I had a parakeet, I'd be looking into deep fryers.
Nice. Probably a terrible idea. I can't imagine those would be very good.
No, parakeet wings, probably the worst.
Probably terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Or amazing. I don't know. But that's all I got. We got nothing on the Instagrams.
All right, I have one from a certain Mr. Cheeto Bandito in the emails.
Oh.
As soon as I pull the thing up, because I forgot to do it ahead of time. All right, he says,
Damn it, Brian. I'll tell you.
three things in my HUD, in no particular order. Omnivore, vegetarian, vegan, etc. Vitals, yes, it's many things, but one category on this scenario. And beverage of choice. I mean, the beverage of... There's only one beverage of choice that should show up for most people, and that's the blood of their enemies.
That's right. I mean, I like the idea of the beverage of choice because that makes buying somebody a drink at the bar so much easier.
Right. Also creepy though. Picture you're a guy, you walk up, there's a fine-looking young lady sitting there, and you're like, "Hey, baby, let me buy you a fill-in-the-blank drink." It's their favorite, even if they're not drinking that right now, and they could be like, "Yo, how'd you know that?"
Like, fucking, I'm amazing.
Yeah, like, "'Cause I watch your Facebook." No,
Yeah.
because I watch your reels.
Yeah, I've seen your reels, man. I've seen you dance.
Yeah. Saying you've seen your reels sounds really either 70s creepy,
you're not wrong.
like casting couch kind of situation creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Brian.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
So yeah, that's all I see for what I got too. I don't see any on Twitter or anything.
I guess that's what we got then.
Yep. So, all right, 1 through 21, sir.
Let's go number 1.
Number 1. Ooh, the oldest one on here. Maybe. I don't remember if I ever mixed it up by just posting something new, but anyway.
This is our fucking pterodactyl flying through the house.
That's fine. It's just a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Just as long as it doesn't have hypnosis powers, you're fine.
Fair enough.
Like the one character on X-Men that I can't remember the name of. Was it I want to say Sauron, but that seems wrong.
I think you're talking about Professor
X. No. The pterodactyl, not the bald guy in the wheelchair. I know they're very similar, but
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
You're talking about pterodactyl, man.
Really quick before we do this question here, I forgot to mention, and I haven't had a chance to play yet, but I picked up Final Fantasy Remake today at GameStop because this week it's $39.99, but I also had GameStop credit, so I got it for around $30 or $35. So
that's dope.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy about that. And when
you have to let me know how that is.
When I threw it in my system last night, I'm like, well, here comes a giant download, thinking big update. Nothing downloaded, so I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe your PlayStation gave up on life.
It probably did. I don't blame it. It was like, dude, there's another Call of Duty update. What do you want me to bother? And I was like, no. So, but I kind of want to play. I've been kind of itching to play. So, either I'm going to have to download it, go to your house, or I'm going to just like throw in World War II and play it on my Xbox.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I
just
know.
come over.
I know.
It's fine.
Well, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
I was actually surprised because I fired up some Call of Duty. I'm like, just to get the update.
Yeah.
And for the first time since I bought Call of Duty, it updated it while I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, interesting.
Every other time it's been like, oh, you want to play? Sorry, you're going to check back tomorrow.
Yeah, right. All right. So number 1 here is, what is a sure sign you're in a bad restaurant?
Oh, ooh, I like this one.
And let's rule out, like, I want to rule out, like, oh, I saw rats or roaches. You know, like, let's go beyond that. Because otherwise,
Okay.
I mean, that's like a no-brainer. If you see rats running around on the ground, that's probably a good sign that the food's delicious.
I got 2.
Okay.
Two are my go-tos.
Okay.
That I'm like, I'm this place is suspect.
Okay.
One is like, this is kind of number one's kind of a 2-parter.
Okay.
If you sit down at the table and they have fake flowers, and the fake flowers are dusty.
Right. That's understandable. Yeah.
That's a fuck up in my book.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
But 2 is when you open the menu and there's way too much shit on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need 43 pages of entrees.
Don't you, though?
Yeah. That's always suspect to me, too, because then I'm like, wow, they got to try to support this whole menu in that kitchen, and I don't know if I feel very good about this.
Yeah, I actually, one of my things would be to kind of pair that with when you go to a place and there's nobody inside and they have 43 different options like that, because you go, this place doesn't look very busy. There's no way this food is fresh.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
Right? Like, I've been in Chinese places where I'm like, oh, they have like 7,000 different dishes. Nobody's in this place. I'm not getting a good feeling here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Trying to think. Because otherwise, you know, a lot of the stuff is like the superficial stuff, of course, you know, like, but even still, I've been in decent restaurants where, you know, you get seated and it's like, wow, this table's filthy, or the glass has a bunch of marks on it, or the silverware's dirty. It's like, those things all happen, kind of a thing, you know.
I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been to some places. You walk in, you look around, you sit down in the booth. You're like, I'm gonna get hepatitis.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, and
but
some
the
of those,
food's amazing.
I was just gonna say, but I've gotten some really good food in those places.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the old. We've talked about it before, where it's a coin flip. You're either getting hep or you're getting a great meal. Maybe both. You know, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm always willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'm with you.
Right.
Like, one of the first things I hate to see is when you go into a place and they have like 9 million options.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Something else that always kind of scares me a little bit is when I go into a place and they have like 4 different areas of food that don't even remotely cross over. Now,
Yeah.
I've been in some places that are, you know, a little column A, a little column B that do not go together. Like, I've been in places that are like, I'm trying to think of one. There was, you know, or I've seen places that are like Chinese and Italian. You know, it's like, oh, okay, these don't go together at all, but, you know.
I'll give you a great example. It's right up the road from me, which is a shame because of stupid Corona. I haven't been here since I moved into this house. There's this restaurant called the Beirut.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's actually like my parents know the owners. It's been open in Toledo for a long
for
time.
Sure. Yep.
And it's probably the best Middle Eastern restaurant in Toledo.
Yeah.
But they also have amazing Italian food.
Right? Now, I'm not saying the food can't be good, but I've been in a lot of those places to where you look at the menu and they'll break it down and they'll have like 4 different types of cuisine. And generally what ends up happening is they're a jack of all trades kind of thing, to where they're good at a lot of food but not great at anything.
Right.
To where you eat it and you're like, yeah, it's fine. You know,
It was okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing would be overly gimmicked restaurants. You know, where everything's named and everything's this and this. It's like I don't know. I just get this feeling that you're trying to distract me from something.
Yeah, you're trying too hard.
Yeah, you know. But otherwise, I think the one you said is probably, like I said, or the combination of the two, which is you go in and it's a busy time, but there's no one in there.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of menu options. Because then, like I said, it's like you almost have to go, what's your best seller? Because then you order that.
Well, that's another thing I hate is when you go, because I do it all the time. I'll ask the waitress, like, what should I order?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they can't really give you a good answer.
It's all good. Yeah.
And it's like, oh boy. Now, okay, well, I'm gonna flip the script on you here.
All right.
What is your sign when you walk in? You're like, oh, this place is gonna be good.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think generally, things where they brag up about how it's farm to table or like everything's homemade, from scratch kind of thing. Usually that's, we've had really good luck at places that are that way. We haven't had very many that we've gone to where they're like, yo, we make everything in-house and go, wow, this is shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
There's been a few where it's like, this we've been to a few places. I remember, you, me, and Jeannie and T, and, it's like, the sausage and, gravy or the biscuits are not perfect, but,
it's all right.
It's still good, yeah, So I think that's usually my favorite thing to see because there is such a difference in just getting fresh cooked, like not just fresh cooked, but like fresh made food, not like freshly assembled, but fresh made, like even just sandwich joints. You go to a deli where they make the bread in house or they make their own mustard or whatever. There's just that little extra.
Yeah. They make their own like pastrami or
right.
something.
It just puts them over the top, and whether it actually is better or it's all in our head, it works, so.
Like I got 2 free on this.
And it isn't even about being a snob. I'm talking like if I walk into a Greasy Spoon and they're like, yo, we make everything from scratch here. Or a what do you call it? Like a soul food joint. They're not maybe going to kill you with like the most incredible cuisine in the world. But dude, if you hand me the, greens done right, and some mac and cheese and some barbecue or something like that all day, man, I'm cramming it in my face, So it isn't like being a food snob. It's just fresh food is just so much better.
Fresh food is better.
Yeah.
Like my 2 key things for me are like, if you walk into like a breakfast joint and it's a full old people, I'm like, this place is banging.
Yeah.
I can already
tell,
right?
It's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. But my other one is if you're eating ethnic food and you walk in and you're the only white person,
yeah,
that shit's going to be good.
Yeah. That's a good point. There's a good chance of that. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Because I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
You walk in and like, look around like,
right.
All right.
Yeah. Another sign, I guess, would be like if you walk into a barbecue place and half the menu's crossed off, you're probably in the right place.
Yeah, for sure, right?
And kicking yourself, you didn't get there earlier so you could get some of them burn ends or something,
Burn ends.
Oh man, right? So yeah, I'm with you on that. So anyone answering the question, feel free to answer the other side too, which is what do you look for? Like when you walk into a place and you see whatever, and you're like, nice,
Yeah, right.
I mean, I won't lie. Another thing I look for is menus that don't look like they're from 1960.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't mean that like if you're a 1960s themed restaurant, I'm fine with it,
Yeah.
or you're a drive-in or something like that. But if it's just like, yo, here's, Mama whatever's Italian and it looks like they haven't updated the menus in like 40 years, it's like, like, I don't know, man.
little suspect for you.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be, but it's just kind of like, hey, every once in a while, maybe refresh the menus a little bit.
Yeah, maybe hit print.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Right. What's weird though is going to the fresh thing. Is when you look at pizza places, it becomes a very interesting scenario. Right? Because look at like Papa John's for years. Better ingredients, better pizza. Right? Not true on either account. I've had way better ingredients and way better pizza in my life.
For sure.
But every pizza place just about you go into, it's like fresh cheese, or real cheese, fresh dough, what and it's like, then how's your pizza so bad? Like,
I mean, you're not wrong,
right? Because I've had pizza that's like, this is okay, it's not great, and you're bragging up all the things you use, but then you hit some of those other places where you've got like a 90-year-old dude who's the only one making the pizzas.
Well, I mean,
and that dude's a ninja,
The perfect example in my brain in our area is the shit dive bar in the Village Idiot.
Yes.
Like you go in, like literally one time when I went down there and you go into the base and go bathroom, there was shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
But there's some grizzled old guy that looks like he fell off a Grateful Dead tour bus.
Dude, he so reminds me of like Barf from You Can't Do That on Television.
Yes.
Like he looks like while he's doing something, he's probably got his other hand down his pants scratching,
Yes. But it's probably some of the best pizza you'll find.
That's probably why the pizza tastes so good.
You're probably right. Yeah, a nice little garnish of gray pubes.
Right. She's like, I don't know what this is, but it's fantastic.
But dead serious. It's probably one of the best pizzas you'll get.
It is, and the guy doesn't look dirty. He if you see him, you're kind of like, are you the one that touches the food? Because I feel uncomfortable about that.
Yeah, I mean, it literally looks like he probably like slept behind the bar. And got up like, oh, I gotta make pizzas.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, they just like poke him with a stick every once in a while to make a pizza. He's like, get up, we need a pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. And then samurai. So yeah, I'm with you on that. That's why I said it is interesting to me. I don't know. Do you think that happens in other food types too, or is it just pizza that happens in? Oh wow! All right.
That was lovely.
Yeah, that was a fun little hiccup there. I was asking. So have you ever noticed that in other cuisines too, or is it just maybe Italian in general, right? Because I've been to a few Italian places over the years to where they're like, we do this, and it's like, yeah, but it doesn't taste that great. Like but then you go to those places to where they're like, we do the mozzarella, whatever, and they pull it themselves that day, and you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I think a lot of those Italian joints would say like, hey, we make the sauce every day.
Yeah. Like,
sure, they might make the sauce every day, but they're making half it out of cans.
Yeah. That actually is probably a good point. Yeah. And that's probably a lot of pizza too. A lot of the pizza is just the sauce is coming right out of a can. It's
They might throw like some dried oregano in it, like, oh hey, ooh, boom, man, it's our fucking secret ingredient. Hey. It's like, okay, so you're still buying shit from Cisco or whatever.
Yeah. Cisco, the Thong Song guy?
Yeah, once the Thong Song took off, he got into food distributing.
Who knew? Yeah, you wouldn't think he's your go-to for Italian food, huh?
Exactly.
Huh.
But I don't know. I mean, I do love me some restaurants. So
yeah, me too. So.
In fact, we're talking about pizza. Just yesterday, I wanted to do a hard right-hand turn and drive through the front window of Stubborn Brothers because it said they were open.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, garlic knots in a slice sounds amazing right now.
Yeah, it really does, actually.
Damn. I know, right?
Sounds so good. I just look off longingly like I'm Fievel looking out the window.
Yeah, staring at a big pizza pie in the sky.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess with all that, once again, the Q of the W is what's a sure sign you're in a bad restaurant? Or, what's a sure sign that you're in a good restaurant? take your pick on there. I mean,
Pick.
my first thing would be, like if it says we have pizza, then immediately the needle moves towards good chance it's a good place.
You're in.
I'm in, yeah. So I guess, head over to saltylanguage.com, click the links, check out the past episodes. Click the link to check out other shows over on the network we're part of.
Danger. Sorry.
Tangent Bound.
Mark, we miss you.
Tangent Bound Entertainment.
I'm still waiting to smoke cigars and drink Great Lakes beer with you, my friend.
That's true. And tenderly cuddle him.
Well, yeah, as you do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you do.
Like you do, right? All our links to their social medias are over on the website. Also, if you would like to contact the show, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me for, go ahead and start sending your birthday gifts in to me. I mean, it's just over a month away. But
might as well get ahead of the curve.
Listen, the post office is running a little slow right now, so, just to get ahead of it, go ahead and send them in, send your nudes, all the things, right on. No, you can find me at Stu Nominee.
Mine are on their way already.
Yeah. I was wondering what came through on my phone, so yeah.
There you go.
Convenient. I don't understand why you emailed them to me, but...
Well, high-res files.
Oh, right. They're in 4K.
Yeah, for sure.
Those 4Ks come at the end of the word yuck, but hey, whatever. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me at Monotony on the Twitters. Probably better off finding me at The Monotony on Instagram, though. Check out my reels, y'all.
Oh, man, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to start making some reels for Salty Language because I really have fun just splicing videos and shit together because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Reels on reels. That's what I was telling the lovely lady over here. I was like...
Bomber?
I watched, yes. Bomber, yes. I was like, I watch stuff online and then my brain cuts, like my brain goes, oh, this is what needs to be in this video. And I'm like, oh, I can do that now.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
So I'm going to start because why not? And I don't have to download yet another social media app to do that.
That is true. Yeah. Which was, one of the many reasons that, you resisted TikTok.
Well, that and TikTok.
Yeah. Even though you love dancing on the internet.
Well, yeah, but I do that for my OnlyFans.
That should be one of our Q the W's. Be like, what would your like if it wasn't nudity, what would your content be for your OnlyFans?
Your OnlyFans channel be.
Yeah. No nudes.
You should start an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what we'd do.
Why not? Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. All right. So there you go. Once again, all the links are over on the website, so just check that out and you can find us pretty much everywhere that way.
Yeah. All the socials are on saltylanguage.com.
Right. And yeah, so I guess until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Excuse me. Stay salty, everybody.
And, don't, like I said, don't forget. I mean, my birthday's just over a month away. I mean, I'll accept bourbon, beers. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I got nothing. Pikadiddle.
I guess.
Hope everyone enjoyed the, Pokemon diddling or Pikachu diddling event. Sponsored by Dr. Taco.
Dr. Taco's Index Lube.
Hey. That'd be terrifying.
Right.
Like you show up at Dr. Taco, he's got, he's slapping the plastic glove on or the latex glove on, and he's, just got a bottle of what looks to be lube out there. Like, what is it that he's got out there?
Guacamole.
I guess. Yikes.
You ever want jalapeno, lime, and guacamole juice in your anus?
More like guacahole. Eh?
Hey-o.
Waka waka. All right, we're done.